It is okay to fuck on the first date.
Amen, brother. Amen. That's what I'm saying. All right, what is going on, guys? Today we are back with another episode of Girl Chat, and this is the episode of Girl Chat, okay? This is the first one that Fleshlight ever did. It's with Kendra Lust, which I believe was the first one in terms of like tips for dicks. Obviously not the first one that I did on my channel, you know, like my version. Well, not really my version, but my commentary on it. But yeah, this is like the OG, so it looks a little outdated. Hopefully it doesn't feel outdated, you know. I don't remember the tips for dicks on this very well at all, but I don't know. So, you know, who knows what we're going to get. It's going to be exciting, hopefully. So yeah, with that being said, just go ahead and jump right into it.
This is Girl Chat with Kendra Lust. Girl Chat tip.
Okay, hold on. Before we start, right? I've had the intro for like a while, right? Like the Girl Chat intro. Like I don't think I'm gonna change it. Like I know that tips for dicks kind of changed with like season 2. I'm not gonna change this one. I think that my Girl Chat intro is fire. Okay, like I think it's better than like Fleshlight's Girl Chat intro. Okay, it's actually like fire. All right, so like if you like the intro, please let me know. And let me know that I'm not just like alone in liking the intro, because I'm like really proud of the intro. Like I made the music and everything for the intro. Like that is my music that I made, you know, and I think it works so well. Like, I don't know. I think it's awesome. So let me know if you like the intro.
Number 1. I am a big believer in sharing certain parts of my relationship with my girlfriends. However, they don't need to know everything, because if you...
What does that mean? Why is it so like mysterious? I feel like normally these are like, you know, I don't know, get boric acid. That's awesome. I really like that. Shout out to that. Stay healthy, you know, make sure you talk in your relationship. Like those are normally how these are. This one's like really like spooky. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I like to share some things, but not everything. Like you gotta know, like, I don't know this. I'm getting a different vibe here than I've gotten from all the other ones.
He's really good. Those girls might want to, you know, try to get with him. And if he's, I guess, really awful in bed, you don't want them to know either, because what if you end up marrying that person or being with that person long term? So I'm really...
What does that mean? What does that mean? Do you don't want like your do you don't want your friends to think you're having like shit sex? Like I don't know. That's kind of brutal. And I mean the other one too is kind of weird too. Like if your friends are gonna do that just because they're like, oh well, I could be having that. I'm doing that. You know, forget you, Kendra. Like, like that's kind of brutal. Those probably aren't good friends. You know, like this is a weird tip. Okay, like I think it should be share what you feel comfortable sharing. Okay, you shouldn't have to worry about your friends like weirdly influencing it or trying to like steal them away from you or like making fun of you. I don't really know. Like, okay, I don't know. This one seems kind of odd.
A big believer in keeping certain intimate details private. Girl Chat tip number 2. When we...
Dude, that sounded like text to speech. Girl Chat tip number 2. Also, this is a terrifying image right here. Like, oh my God. Okay, moving forward. I don't want that on my screen anymore.
We have a girls' night out. There's always that one girl that can't handle her liquor. Just be careful as far as how much you drink, because you could really ruin everybody's good time, and that's no fun for anyone.
I don't think that's like a Girl Chat tip. That's like a tip in general. Like, okay, do not drink. I am a college student, which I'm sure some of you guys are aware of, but I do not drink. I don't really ever plan on drinking, especially not regularly or anything like that. Maybe I would on certain occasions. But like it would have to be very opportune or something for me to be like, sure, right? It's just not something I'm really like into, like I have fun so many other ways that is kind of like, it's, I don't really need all that. So, like that's kind of my thing, but it is true. Like there are people who can, go out and ruin it. But at the same time, like, I don't like, that's a weird girl chat tip because that like applies to anybody. Like, trust me, I've, been in groups of people, and I'm sure I will be in groups of people where it's like, oh man, there's like this dude and he's just, this is too much. Like, especially if you don't drink like me, it's like, you're really able to tell. Like some of the people who like can maybe handle themselves a little better are kind of like, okay, like this dude's getting a little crazy. But for those people that are, on the lower end, maybe didn't drink too much or didn't drink at all, they're like, oh dude, like, I feel like I'm taking care of you more now than, like having a good time. So, yeah, I don't know. Don't do that in any social situation ever, whether you're a girl or a guy. Just kind of know your limits. And if you feel like you aren't good at controlling it, but you still want to go out with a group, just don't drink, like it's going to be okay. You don't have to like, just sit there, or even if you go to a bar, just sit there and like, don't drink, just order something else. Just be like, oh, like get a soda or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's, definitely keep your friends in mind when you're going out in a big group.
Girl chat tip number 3. It is okay to fuck on the first date.
Amen, brother. Amen. That's what I'm saying. Oh my God, dude. This is terrible. Let's just keep going.
Are sexually empowered now more than ever before, and we should all be sex positive. If you're feeling sexual attraction and energy with someone, do not be ashamed or feel guilty if you want to have sex. Men do it all the time.
No, I do agree with okay, that's a weird claim to make there at the very end. Because, like, men only do it if women do it. Unless they're gay, which, all power to you, right? But, like, that's implied, like, saying that doesn't mean it, like, given the majority of, men out there are straight, so if men do it all the time, then all the time that they're doing this, majority of those, people who are also participating are women, so wouldn't that, like, kind of imply that women also do it all the time? I know that men don't really feel as guilty about it, or, like, they're more, like, willing to do it, I guess, but, yeah, I don't know. I think... for me, this situation is like, if you really want to and like both people are cool with it, then sure. Especially if like that was like the point of meeting up. Like if you weren't really looking for something like super long term or anything, and you were just kind of like, I don't know, like let's meet up, let's see where it goes. And like that's where it goes, then like I don't know. That would be fine, I guess, but I don't think it's really great if you're trying to start something long term, because that's kind of like throwing it all out there like right away. Both for girls and for guys. I like personally, I wouldn't do this if I was like looking for something long term. If I didn't really care where it went, then probably. But long term, I don't think it's great to do. And also, I can't really police you if you feel like it is something good to do long term, then by all means. But it should still be like everybody should be comfortable. And I know that for some women that is a little risky. It's, you don't really know the person that well, like after a couple hours of meeting them. So that's why most people kind of don't do it. I don't think it's because they don't feel like sexually empowered or whatever she's talking about. But yeah, if you're a woman and you want to do this, by all means, you should be able to. I'm just saying it's like, I don't know if it's something that should really be like expected out of people like regularly, because there's kind of a lot of reasons on both sides why it would maybe not be a good idea. But, let's keep going.
Girl chat tip number 4. Do share things that have worked for you. Some people, like, they know how to, prep for certain things, or, they say, this angle works better, or this angle's easier, or I do this before anal, or, so I feel like we need to share that.
Dude, I'm like, I swear, there's got to be like some girl out there that can give me like the rundown on the like prep for anal, right? Because they talk about it like often. Like, I've heard it brought up so many times, like by women, not necessarily like in public. I'm not saying that they just walk around talking about this, but in videos like this, or like videos that I've made, or other stuff that I might have watched to like consider making a video on it to see if it was like good or if the type of content was good. Even on like Impulsive, on like Logan Paul's podcast, Riley Reid brought this up, right? And it's like, what does that mean? Like, I never, like, I don't know. I'm like genuinely curious though. Like, I'm curious like what it is and why it's like such a big deal. Like, I have an idea why it's a big deal. Okay. Like, I understand that, sometimes you're going, shit happens, like literally, but, I don't know. Like, it seems like this like sacred ritual to me. I don't know. It's like interesting, but yeah, let's keep going.
Information and empower each other. Girl chat tip number 5.
Dude, the text to speech has to go. Girl chat tip number 5. Like, it's not text to speech, but it sounds like it.
Do not underestimate your oral skills.
What does that mean? Where is she going?
Just because you're not able to deep throat doesn't mean that you're not good at giving head.
Okay, this is true. This is true. And honestly, as a dude, I don't know. Maybe other dudes are going to agree with me. Maybe some are not. I think that like doing that is overrated. Okay? I said it, right? I think it's overrated because like nothing's happening. Like, nothing like interesting is going on. Like, sure, it's kind of like, I don't know, like there's an aspect to it that's kind of fun, but it's not like doing a whole lot, like it's not like, honestly, like she's saying, if you just kind of go, like, I would say honestly, just kind of do like what seems right. I feel like that's always like, I've never had any specific way, nor have I ever like complained or anything. And it's never really been too horrible, like I've never had a horrible experience. There's been some okay, there's been some great ones and there's been some okay ones. It's definitely not decided by, your ability to deep throat it though. That is certainly not the deciding factor. More of a deciding factor is like how good you are at, keeping your teeth away. That is a deciding factor. Okay. Not the other thing doesn't really matter. Like, it's cool as like a novelty to be able to do, but it doesn't add a whole lot for me, I guess. I don't know. Maybe there's other guys that it does, but I don't know.
Practice makes perfect, and just make sure that you give your guy a lot of eye contact.
That's true. That's too close. We are too close right now. Good point, but we are way too close.
And this has been Girl Chat with Kendra Lust.
Oh, we have bloopers. I wasn't ready for this.
Girl.
Okay, she does it the same way that I do it. I'm not alone. See, when you're making these and you make both of them, like it gets confusing because you're like tip, like talk, like I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I've done the same thing. So, it's nice to know that there's somebody else out there doing the same mistakes that I am doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you did, make sure to leave a like as well as hit that subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. As always, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.